I wonder what kind of face Ragna's gonna make when I meet him again. But in this world, it's been over 90 years since the Dark War, right? Which would mean... Oh well, we'll figure it out when we see each other.
So she remembers that.
Huh? That was... But there's no mistaking it. That's... Wait! Hey, wait! Nirvana! Thank goodness. I was afraid I lost you along the way. Hello, and how do you do? Sorry I chased after you all of a sudden.
Oh no, I knew you were chasing after us, so there's no need for apologies. But you just said Nirvana.
Yeah, that girl you have with you. She's Nirvana, right? Oh, I really missed you. But I wasn't expecting to be able to see you on this side. Hey, Nirvana, do you remember me? This is really strange. I was just with you only moments ago.
No!
Huh?
My sister is not Nirvana. Please stop saying things that don't make sense. Sis has been with me the whole time. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sis?
That's right. This person is my sister, not Nirvana, and not a Nox Nictoris.
Oh, I forgot Carl's kind of.
Sis? What's the matter? Why are you looking at her like that?
Oh, I see. So you're that little boy's older sister now, Nirvana?
That's not my sister's name. Sister is troubled. I won't forgive anyone who tries to mess with her mind.
Huh? Well, wait! Ah!
Hi, Hakumen.
Mr. Hakumen!
Back off, Nirvana. Behave now and I won't chase you.
Are you going to get in our way too?
Foolish.
Maybe? Yep. God, the eyes on his suit.
So you have...
Where did these people come from?
The wheel of fate
Look.
is turning. Rebel, action.
You hesitate. Not a chance. Lotus.
Let's do this, sis!
Sit.
There's 8 fights in this one story?
Lotus.
Let's do this, sis!
Sit.
I don't know, Hakumen. It's okay, Hakumen hits like a truck.
But yeah, no, just from here, starting from here on, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. There was a
You're
total of
strong.
6 fights in this section.
Okay.
When does the tentacle monster show up?
Mr.
I
Hakumen,
don't think
please
he'll show up
stop!
in this arc.
Yeah, it'll probably be in the last bit of everything.
I kind of missed them a
You
little bit,
too,
so-
Nirvana! You want to protect this child, right? Then don't do anything that will put him in harm's way.
You think your compassion got through to her?
Compassion?
That fucking
No, it's
voice
nothing.
there by
Sis,
Carl.
let's go. We need to
Yeah.
find him. Excuse us.
Carl, you're dumbass.
Yep.
Hey, wait! Aw, they're gone. I wanted to find out more about Nirvana, but at least she isn't alone. Now you have a little brother, huh? I'm so glad.
Celica A. Mercury.
Hi, Hakumen.
Ah, you're Mr. Hakumen, right?
What are you doing here?
It is you, Mr. Hakumen. I'm so glad I finally ran into someone I know.
And it would seem I am indeed talking to you, Celica. Answer my question. What
Yeah,
are
probably
you
not.
doing in this era?
That's my
Oh, there
line.
we go.
What are you doing here, Mr. Hakumen? This is 90 years after the Dark War, right?
Huh.
Hey.
So it is the Grimalkin's doing.
That username.
That is a great
Oh, you
username,
mean
sir.
Kokinoe. You shouldn't call her mean names. She's actually a really nice person.
Bye.
Welcome, Mr. Gay.
I actually have no idea how I ended. Kokonoi said something about copying me from the era immediately following the end of the Dark War. Her explanation is as
Zach.
difficult as listening to my sister.
Oh.
Something about me being in the future and Terumi doing really bad things. So, to put an end to his schemes, Kokonoi summoned me here.
What the hell
something
is
like
this
that.
chat?
I have no idea.
So you've heard about
I'm just playing a
Terumi.
game, dude.
Not much more than that. I pieced it together from what Kokonoi and Taker told me.
What the
That's right. If you're here, Mr. Hakuman, does that mean the others are as well? Like Jubei, Valkenheim, Trinity, and my sister?
Valkenheim and Jubei exist in the form you remember.
Really? Wow! It's been 90 years, I guess. Technically speaking, I really want to see them. Where can I find them? If you know, could you tell me?
Alright, I'm
You would ask me?
Yeah, I really don't know much about this era or this city. Besides, I'm not really good with
What?
places I've never been, you remember?
I refuse. I unfortunately do not have the time to be babysitting a ghost from the past.
Could you please make an exception just this once? If you have errands you have to run, you can prioritize those.
I'm so confused right now.
I cannot take you along. You would get in the way. However, if I leave her be, she could very well starve in some alley. And more importantly, if he discovers her existence, it could be troublesome.
Okay.
Very well. However, I will only take you to see Valkenheim. Beyond that, you will be on your own.
That's simple.
I see. You're really busy, huh? Okay. Well then, please take me to see Valkenheim.
Like I said, I'm just playing a game.
But still, that was so surprising. To think that my sister and Mr. Jubei ended up marrying each other. And they have a child, too. Say, you know, Kokonoi is a lot like my older sister. When she's explaining things to people or when she makes a really difficult...
Seriously.
The way her tails are shaped is a little bit like Mr. Jubei. But I'm not too sure because I don't know many other beastkin. You know, in the beginning, I couldn't understand anything that was going on. So when I woke up in
Blazblue, isn't he?
Kokonoi's lab, I thought I was having a dream.
Help me out here a little bit.
Dream?
Yes, I mean, this is where I was born and the place that you and my sister protected with your lives. Yet the view looks completely different and there are no longer any people I know.
Audio?
So it feels very
What's up with the audio?
surreal. I felt like I was separated from the earth and floating in a space I don't belong. It was a little worrying. But you know, I heard in this world there's a guy named Ragna and Kokonoi knows him. And he has white hair and a red jacket. And that moment, my world became brighter.
Who? Me or him?
It felt so light. And the thought that I might be able to see Ragna again was... This time, I will really get to see him. That's why my heart is pounding so much. And then, I was able to see you, right? So I'm a little overwhelmed.
I see.
Ragna, he came from the future,
Game's good.
huh?
Just turn you up. What?
I wonder how it felt 90 years ago when we lived. How it felt for
I have
Ragna
no
to
idea.
go back to that time.
Why do you ask?
Because you seem to know a lot about Ragna, I thought the two of you actually came from this world. Wait a second. Then the Mr. Hakuman in front of me right now, are you the future Mr. Hakuman, or the Hakuman from 90 years ago?
You talk a lot.
I got a little excited. Ever since the war with the Black Beast had ended, I really didn't get the chance to talk to you that much. So I'm really just happy to be by your side. Oh yeah,
with you, huh?
Do you remember what you told me a long time ago about the person that meant a lot to you? Were you able to meet her?
I was.
Hey.
I see. That's good.
And you?
No, not yet. That's why I'm still
I
looking.
found it was either that or the
Huh? What? What's happening?
Stand back. It's the
well,
mad
it
dog.
was either bouncing salt or the
What a fine little prey I
salty
just
nuts
happened to
guy.
stumble upon. That ap-
The mad dog from Sector 7. Why do you stand in my way?
dancing kid?
But you already know. To consume you.
Consume?
I can feel it. It's like the air itself is trembling. That aura, that power that oozes out of every part of your body. You are the same as me. Born to fight. You can
I would
only
think
live
so.
on the battlefield.
You would call me one of your own? Huh. While I hate to agree with
Huckman's
anything
so
that
awkward.
comes from your mouth,
It's because he's slow.
perhaps my life too is one of a savage beast.
That's not true, Mr. Hakumen. You're not someone who only knows how to fight. You're so nice and sometimes funny. You're so much more.
Girl, you're not even worth talking about.
Wow.
Not even worth my time.
It's his face, too.
Stand behind me. Words are wasted on a beast like this one. He will not accept reason.
Exactly. Reason is unnecessary. What I seek is to fight to my heart's content. Now, let me feast on that flesh!
God, Asriel's so weird.
He just basically he just wants to fight and fight the strongest people he can because he's too strong.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel
He
1.
would if he could.
Action.
I'm sure he would if he could.
Sit. Sit.
Okay.
Soft. Sit. Sit.
I suck with this character.
Don't hold back now.
Sit. Not bad. Soft. Weak. Soft.
Yeah, I am.
Sit. Soft.
This
No.
Enough of this. Sit. Weak. Not Sit.
Oh, I'm so dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew exactly what was gonna come too.
Good job, sir.
Happens. I just realized it doesn't say. It doesn't have like a game over
The
message
wheel of fate is
like the other ones do.
Well, it had a game over.
Rebel 1. Action.
Sit. Stand aside.
sufficient. Not even.
Stand aside. Soft. Sit. Soft. Sit. Whoa.
Sufficient. Don't hold back now.
Stand aside.
Sufficient. Sufficient.
Enough of this.
Not even. Sufficient.
Can't remember any of Hakumen's
Right.
abilities. That might be useful because I might need that for her.
Well, yeah, you use your hot one.
Amazing. The sensation that's boiling up inside of me.
I see no end to this. Celica, let's go.
Leave that to me. Yeah!
What?
Mr. Hakumen!
Let them get away. But what was that like just now? It was different from any Ars Magus I've seen. Still, to interrupt such
All
an
the
amazing...
specials consume
Never mind.
one bar.
Hakumen of the Six Heroes. The next time we meet, I will fight to my heart's content.
Oh, Asriel.
Did we lose him?
Looks like it. I don't hear his footsteps either. Phew.
Hakumen's,
That was close. Was that a friend of
drive
yours,
is
Mr.
about-
Ha?
I've heard of his
I knew
name,
that.
but I would hardly call him a friend.
I see. Hey, can I ask you one more thing?
Do I have the option to refuse?
Well, then,
No,
I mean,
I'd
they all gave me
probably
a
still
follow,
ask
so-
you because I'm really...
What is it?
Thank you. Mr. Hakaman? Are you holding back?
Why would you think so?
It was
I
just
think
a
the
thought I
wall-
had, but
I'm gonna
when
put
I
the
saw
hammer
you
down, guys,
earlier
don't
and
stop.
when you're fighting, you seem a little different, like heavier or...
Like you, my body has not been transferred to this timeline, only my existence. Which is why I cannot wield the power I once did on the battlefield.
Then, does that mean I don't have as much magical power either?
It's possible. Don't push yourself too hard.
Okay. You're always so nice.
Celica.
Huh? Mr. Jubei!
The cat.
I sense magic nearby, so I came to check out what it was. But what are you doing here?
I'm not too sure myself, but I'm copied from 90 years ago, or something.
And this is, Kokanoe's doing?
I like how Judo
Wow,
immediately
Mr.
realizes
Hakaman and
it.
Mr. Jubei, you're both really amazing. How did you know that Kokinoe did it right away?
She's about the only one who could make something that sounds that impossible
Oh,
possible.
that's another troll to
It
ban.
was Kokanoe.
Victory. You were brought here by Kokinoe, like me?
Not that different. Perfect timing, cat. Could you take
Kinda
this
sad Sin
child to
disappeared from chat when all that
Valkenheim?
happened.
You should know that the world does not revolve around your desires,
I
Mr.
mean,
Hero.
It didn't really break us.
Whoa,
maybe.
it's
It was
Miss
just like-
Rachel. You used to be so small, but now
I mean,
you're
you gotta
all
look at
grown up.
who we are.
Yeah.
It has been quite a
No.
while, hasn't it? It may not have been very long to you, but
Sometimes.
we were actually searching all over.
Oh yeah.
Searching for
It
me?
was entertaining.
But
for
of
a little bit.
course,
Then they
you
took
are
it.
wholly ignorant to your importance to the world as usual. Ignorance should have its limits, child.
Miss Rachel?
Yeah, that part was a little.
I couldn't help but notice how convenient it is that everyone I sought had decided to gather in one place.
Yeah.
Harlequin, I have no intent of becoming your pawn. I believe that is what I told your pet wolf as well.
Oh, my apologies. I neglected the importance of your aimless wanderings. Horribly selfish of me, I know. Maybe you could help me prepare for a few minutes before stomping off this time?
All the actual info is really small. What
Prepare.
if I was still here?
What if you were still here?
I'm not sure.
Yes, if we could keep chit-chat to a minimum. It's a little out of character for me, but I'm going to move this meeting somewhere.
Thank you, Rachel.
Yep.
As long as you don't continue to be a spammy douche, you will.
Welcome home, Madam Rachel.
Ah, you just been hanging around.
Thank you. We are receiving guests.
So it would seem. Nonetheless,
Oh.
I wouldn't
Night,
have
dude.
expected you to find all of them together.
Whoa, such beautiful roses. And it smells so nice, too.
It has been quite some time, Miss Celica.
Yeah, it really has. Valkenheim, I haven't seen you in ages, even in the old timeline. But I'm a little relieved. Mr. Hakaman and Mr. Jubei, both of you guys look exactly the same as you did, so I wasn't sure if I'm really 90 years into the future. At least you seem to age, Valkenheim.
I'd not have it any other way. Though I haven't aged as well as I'd like, I can hardly move the way I once did.
But when I stand here and look at this scene, I feel like I'm the oddball out. Because she is here as well, right? The one you picked up off the street?
Oh, the way you said it sounds horrid. We simply saved the explaining for after we plucked her.
Wait, by her, do you possibly mean...
She comes.
Huh? This child...
What are you doing here? Celica?
Aw, what's the matter? Why are you crying like... Wait, are you Trinity?
sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Miss Celica, I...
Celica, this is probably after Kokinoe created your copy here, but 9 is...
Yeah, I know. Killed by Terumi, right? Kokinoe already told me.
No, it's not true. The one who killed 9 is actually... me.
Killed is a strong word. More accurately, their souls fell into the boundary. In her case, she was able to seal her soul into the staff beforehand.
Staff. I see. That must be the Machorine. In its core, Trinity lies dormant. Oh, Trinity. Don't cry. No matter what you did, Miss Trinity, I'm sure my sister wouldn't get mad or hold a grudge against you. Actually, I think she would worry about you. The fact that you blame yourself for what happened and cry, she would be worrying about that the entire time.
Please, please do not forgive me. I cannot forgive myself. If I wasn't so weak, so foolish. If only I had listened to 9 that time. If I hadn't broken the magic that 9 put onto Terumi.
Don't say that. Sister wouldn't blame you for what you've done, Miss Trinity. We wouldn't want you to feel guilty, especially about something
I don't know, her
concerning
sister
us.
seemed like kind of
We
a
want
bitch.
those we love to be smiling, always. So we'll do anything to make sure that happens. Me and my sister. And I'm really happy that you're here, Trinity. And not just you, everyone. Mr. Hakumen, Mr. Jubei, Valkenhain, Rachel. If the result is all of you here in front of me, then I'll like it. So please, okay?
Yes, Celica.
It was her lack of trust of Ragna, and then when Jubei showed up and all that.
I'm terribly sorry I fell apart earlier.
Trinity, your eyes are completely red.
Yes. Look at those eyes.
Please do not stare at me too
Red.
much. It's embarrassing.
Totally red.
I'm colorblind and I know that's not red.
Now that the child is over her temper, shall we get started? This isn't precisely a reunion after all.
All right, I was just too excited to be able to see all of you guys.
Timid, you.
Excuse me.
I could blame TJ
Is this about
for the start of it.
what we discussed earlier?
What you discussed?
Your plan to best Terumi?
Yes, but we haven't much time left, so I need to go see my other problem child. Valkenhain, I leave the rest to you. Please have the preparations ready by the time I return.
Understood.
Where are you going, Miss Rachel?
I can think
Foolish
of a couple
child.
people from
You're...
school that would
Me?
completely go
Yes,
along with it,
as much as I loathe the thought the two of you should meet. You do want to meet him, do you not? Ragnar the Blood-Edged?
Harlequin, what are you thinking?
You'll understand soon enough. So, are you coming or not?
I'll go. I'll definitely go. Please take me to wherever Ragna is.
You really are exactly the same as you were back then. How annoying.
What's that?
It's nothing. Let us be on our way.
Yeah.
Celica?
Mr. Hakumen, thank you so much for taking me here, but everyone, I have to go do this.
So we're doing the main story after this, right?
Please, come home safe, madam. How about we go inside for the time being? You are my master's guest, after all. It would be rude of me to keep you waiting outside.
It didn't help
And
that
I
we
believe
didn't
we
take
shall.
an hour to get everything
Come,
set up,
Ackerman.
too, trying to get the
I think what she has to say is worth hearing. It's not as though you have a definitive plan to kill Terumi, is it?
Why can't they just separate
No matter what it is
from
you seek at the end,
Cosmo?
what we must do right now is quite simple.
Miss Rachel mentioned she needed your help in this matter as well, Hakumen. I ask of you, too. Please help us.
We need to clean up our own mess with our own hands. The mess we 6 heroes have left behind.
My blade exists to slaughter evil. I'm not sold on the matter. However, if he is truly our obstacle, then he shall appear before us in due time. I shall hear the Harlequin's plan to end this evil which we have let slip.
Rip.
How strange that we would once again meet in this castle.
No, he mainly watches for Pokken.
Yeah, he's usually only on when we're...
We've never gathered like this
Not
before,
sure who that
have
actually
we?
is.
Although
One of the
right
Pokken
now
players.
it's just the 4 of us.
He's actually in the regular Pokken chat in the Pokken Discord as Gay Bowser.
Really?
Yeah.
We have never reconvened since the Dark War, I believe. Once the beast was laid to rest, I returned
Sort
here
of.
post-haste.
Following the war, those were dark times. All those people calling us heroes, practically worshipping us. A bunch of Joes who stuck our noses in. Hakumen and I didn't seem important anymore, and left immediately. On the other hand, Nine and Trinity were on some silly mission with Terumi, and by the time we realized, the post-war cleanup was already done.
Even the seals on the phenomena weapons. The NOL placed the sealing spell on the artifact instead of its inventor, Nine. She didn't seem too happy that time.
They were operating behind the war the entire time. Unlike us on the front lines, causing a deception of that caliber would have been simple.
No one could really move, and a few years had passed. He suddenly disappeared from the grid and
a few months later,
That day, I knew Terumi was going to disappear. Moreover, I would meet him from time to time, and would undo the Mind Eater curse. I thought that I could save him.
We're partly to blame as well. As soon as the war ended, we should have killed him. But I was so afraid of bad rumors spreading around Nine that I didn't. I trusted the Mind Eater.
Our regrets will have no end, for we are constantly living in the past.
In other words, it's literally their own faults that everything has transpired to this point.
Enough nostalgia. We must be adjudicators of our own crimes, and destroy the evils which we have let loose.
Kojak's mom, you here?
indeed. So I would like to discuss that plan. Simply, Madam Rachel is attempting to pull out Terumi's spiritual body.
His mental...
I asked why don't they just do that?
Him out of that vessel that he's using? Like before, when I had initiated...
Shut, sir.
Then Hakumen fell into the boundary.
No. If we separate his body from his mind, while we will be able to attack him, we will also give him the freedom of not being bound to a vessel. If we do, for whatever reason, let him slip through the cracks, he will be gone forever. What Madam Rachel is trying to do is keep him bound to his current body while pulling only his mind over to this side.
Supposedly, Terumi is a life form with no physical body. However, that would complicate a lot of matters, so he is being bound to the vessel Hazama. Even during the Dark War, the man we called Terumi was fused to another body in order to fight for our cause. Different body and different personality. Before merging with him, these people had completely different lives.
It was Skynerd.
Oh, it was Skynerd.
So,
He was like, they're the same person.
We called Terumi has a personality that came with a body, but that was separate from himself, the man.
If you wanted to prioritize ease of understanding, then it would be something like that. At the same time,
Hazama's
the
just
body was
fucked
made
up.
specifically
Terumi
to
just
fit
amplifies
Terumi.
that.
I doubt the personality would be far from the original.
During the Dark War, Terumi was merged with a body. However, he mentally separated his personality as Terumi and his personality of the vessel, and was able to act and control the body entirely on his own will.
So, similar to how he is right now, then.
Where's Skynerd when you need him? This is the
Before,
exact
he said himself
explanation
that because of
of
Nine's
Hazama
mind-eater
and
spell,
Terumi.
he couldn't fuse very well.
The body he used in the Dark War was destroyed in the Boundary, like Lord Hakumen. But his mental state is the same that it was. There are still residual effects of the magic, which means when he merged with his new body, Hazama, it was not perfect. We'll attack that incomplete state and separate the two of them momentarily.
And therefore, by dragging out his spirit to the foreground, we will force him to exist, not as Hazama, but as Terumi.
If we succeed, we may even be able to damage his flesh.
To attack an incomplete fusion. I see. That is why the Muchorian is necessary.
Yes, we are going to materialize his spirit directly.
Fi's your mom, Jake? I'm sorry.
Congratulations. Or sorry, I forgot.
Congrats, Fi. You have a kid. Don't know why you didn't.